Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so I already started doing this, and then there was technical errors, technical difficulties, so I decided that I wanted to keep going with the reading because I like the cards that came out. So we have what you may be struggling with is trust in the magic, and then we have what you need to focus on as magic works through you, and then the future energies coming in, or what you need to focus on also is tend to the small things. Overall energies, we have the Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. So I kind of feel like you're getting frustrated with waiting for things to happen for you. But I also feel like with what you need to focus on, it's magic works through you, and you have to realize that you're the one that creates these things to happen for you. Yes, the universe brings these things in, but you also have to take those steps to put yourself in the energy of receiving these things. Like if you want a particular career or a particular job, that you have to make the time to research those things, or put yourself in the energy of that happening for you. Surround yourself with people that are in that industry or have those connections, or it's like those things that you have to do. And it's like, you know, if you want a relationship to happen, you have to, if you're waiting for that person to come in, you have to work on yourself and make sure that you're in a good place, that you're feeling good about yourself, that you're living your life, that you're doing your things, that you're happy, and that confidence and brings attractiveness to you, and it brings that right person in. If you keep having the wrong relationships, then I feel like it's maybe you need to work on yourself, that there's something about you that you need to work on. And if you want that healthy relationship, then you want someone that's in that same frame of mind. But you have to make sure that you're in that first. And if you're happy with your life and it takes a while for that person to come in, that's okay, because you're already working on your life, that you're not sitting around waiting for that person to come in. And if you're going out and your friends are saying, hey, come on out, you know, we're having a party, or we're going to have a get together, making yourself available to put yourself out there to find that person or to have that person come in. But if you're just sitting at home on the couch and you're feeling miserable, then the chances of that happening are pretty slim. And same with, like I was saying, with that career or money, right? It's just like, okay, so what are those things that I can do to change that, right? The magic works through you. So if you're like, okay, what are things around the house that I can sell? What are those things that I need to, you know, what are those odd side jobs that I can do? And you never know, if you do a side job, that you may meet a connection that brings you, that person may know. Like for instance, my son was going to college and he wasn't really happy with the direction that it was going, and he was kind of losing interest, but he happened to meet somebody that was talking about another job that person had. And my son looked into it, and now he's totally focusing on that, and he's so happy. Like he found his thing that he wants to do, which was so exciting. So he stopped taking classes in college, but now he's focusing on this job that he absolutely loves. But it just so happened to be that he was in class and he met this person, and that's how he learned about it. So it's like, you never know where that person is, or that connection or that contact is, that can help you to, it may be a side note, right? But then it may help you to go in the direction of where it is that you want to be, or it may open up a whole new world for you, because my son didn't even realize that this existed, and now that he's looked into it, he absolutely loves it. So you never know what could happen. So it's like the magic works through you, I feel represents is putting yourself out there and taking those actions to make things happen. And tending to the small thing is that it's a little bit at a time. It's a little bit at a time. Don't be overwhelmed by the big pictures, but it's those little changes that you can make that can bring on the bigger changes. So I feel like don't get, sometimes we lose our faith and we say, oh, well, it hasn't happened yet, so when is it going to happen? I'm waiting. Like it's got to happen by next Wednesday at 5 o'clock. When we do that, we're setting ourselves up for failure, right? And as I always say, you want to set yourself up for success. So setting yourself up for success is saying, okay, I know that there are things that I need to do and I need to work on. And I can control what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, what I'm feeling, and the actions that I'm taking. So let me work on that. And that things will happen when the time is right. And looking within and saying, okay, am I setting myself up for failure or am I setting myself up for success? And what is it that I need to focus on, right? Sometimes we just have to realize what it is that we're focusing on and what is the energy that we're putting out. And are we getting frustrated with things that we really don't need to, that we just kind of have to let those things go and go with the flow and talk about the flow, right? All the cards just fell out. All right, so let's grab some more cards here. We have the Seven of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Six of Swords. So I feel like it's kind of, you're struggling with trying to get yourself on track and trying to move forward. And I feel like you're focusing on a lot of negativity or frustration. And I like how this Six of Swords here is moving towards this energy here. The magic works through you. Exactly what like I was saying is that you have to take actions. You have to do things. You have to make the effort to make those changes. Five of Pentacles can represent a temporary hardship, that this is something that's just temporary. And look at that, the Hermit. I feel that goes perfect with this Swan Spirit. Time for a deep dive. There's a blockage here for you, right? There's something that's standing in front of you, and that's what you have to do is you have to explore that. You have to see that. You have to look at that. You have to see what is it that roadblock is and to work on that. And this card, I was feeling that maybe you just need some alone time. Maybe sometimes when we're frustrated, that we don't want to face the things that we need to face, and we don't want to deal with the things that we need to deal with. So we try to keep ourselves busy, either surrounding ourselves with people or friends or, work, and not dealing with things. But really what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure, because if it's something that you need to focus on and you need to work on, that you have to set yourself up for success and say, you know what, I really have to work on this. I really have to do this. So it's time to face the music, because this is something that is prohibiting me from moving forward. And it's not like, it could be something from the past that you have to work on. Tending to the small things. It's the little things that you do, little bits at a time. It doesn't mean you have to have a big therapy session all at once, right? It could just be acknowledging some things and taking it little bits at a time. And it could have something to do with your past. But then I feel like that opens up new opportunities for you to work on. Clearing some of the past baggage and freeing yourself. It's very freeing, even though it's something that's not fun to deal with or to work through, or, there may be times where you can ignore it and you can just push it to the side and you don't have to deal with it, and you can still keep pushing on. But I feel like it still keeps kind of bubbling up. And I feel like it's something that it brings in that transformation. I was just looking at those butterflies. I'm not telling you what you have to do, like it's your choice what it is that you want to do. But sometimes if we're just aware of, you know what, that sounds right to me, that there really is something that I need to, that is a blockage for me, that I need to look at, that I need to face, that I need to deal with. And that I can create my own magic, that I don't have to sit here and wait for all of these things to come in for me, but that I can start putting myself in that energy and start taking actions to change things if I'm not happy with them. All right, let's grab a Wisdom of the Oracle. We have community. I feel like that's surrounding yourself with a positive community, or I just feel like it's surrounding yourself in a place where you feel, makes you feel good, makes you feel loved, makes you feel like you can take that deep dive, that you can trust. It could just be going for a walk in the woods. It could just be walking along the beach. It could just be that place where you feel like you can get in touch with yourself and explore those inner thoughts and inner feelings that you may have, to see what this blockage is that is here, right? Looking within to find those answers. And this is something that definitely takes time. All right, let's grab a energy oracle card. We have Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. How perfect is that? I love that. And then we have the Angel of Strength. So being strong and being confident. So I feel like that's surrounding you. And I was kind of putting the cards back and I saw this one too. The third chakra, which is the solar chakra. And that's being more focused, right? And like being more driven and having that energy to go to deal with these things, and just like being focused and say, okay, I feel like I've been kind of all over the place, but now it's time for me to really focus. And I love how the Door to Personal Healing and Happiness came out. Open up those doors, right? And then the Dove with the freedom. Open up those doors. You have the power to open up those doors. You have the power to do that. And it takes strength to do that, because a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to deal with that. They just want to keep stuffing things down. But you have that strength, right? Magic works through you to open up those doors to personal healing and happiness. But it's up to you if you want to do that. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.